Hi, this is Julie at Love's Beginning with a message called A Place to Rest. The whole of a perception of what is seen as separate one, did or didn't do, is tied up in a story about the one or ones you're looking at. Observe this today. Look at how much story making is going on as you seem to move about your world. You have stories about every separate one, and you have multiple stories about their pasts. You have stories about who they are, about what made them who they are, about what makes them different from the other ones who seem to walk about. Look at all the story making and contemplate what would come into the place occupied by the stories if you were to let them all go today. When the stories leave, what do you see there in that space? From your stories about seen as separate ones, you project likely outcomes. Each one you seem to see has a different set of likely outcomes based upon the stories you have made up about them. You devote clock time to thinking about likely outcomes for all of these seemingly different ones, and now you have the opportunity to notice it. What if a giant broom came in and swept away all of these assumptions about separate futures for separate ones? What would be left in that space after the broom had done its work? What is in this space? It is the only thing you fear. You seem to fear separate things in a world full of separate things, but these fears are only a distraction away from what you truly fear. You fear what is still and present when all of the stories have been swept away. You fear love. You fear what you are, so you push it away, distracting yourself with all of these stories. When you believe in stories about likely outcomes, you believe the thoughts about defenses necessary to protect you from likely outcomes. So then you busy yourself with building and maintaining these defenses. What if you didn't need to defend against anything? Is that too crushing to contemplate? What if every something that you thought you needed to defend against was actually a very convincing illusion manufactured by a very powerful mind? Can you go to the place of your willingness to allow these illusions to pass away? We invite you to this today. Every time you catch yourself in story making, remember the idea of distraction. Say this to yourself: I have been distracting myself away from that which would help me, that which would help all. All of this thinking, all of this busy story making, this is what is truly exhausting. When you are willing to set the story making down, there is an immediate source of refreshment and replenishment right here for you. This source is what all egoic thought attempts to deny. You can rest now. What you have been trying frantically to deny is here for you now, and you can relax into it. Here in this place you are free of all attempts to control. When you rise up and attempt to control, you've cozied up to a story again, thinking that it offers you safety. Practice taking moments throughout your day to relax into what is here, rather than rising up and clinging to a story. From this place of rest come all the actions, all the speech, all the thought that is necessary and helpful to you as you seem to move through illusion. We are here for you now, and we always recommend rest. Just because you are at rest does not mean that you won't experience action. If you stay here with us at rest, whatever action is needed flows in a straightforward way, without the encumbrance of any stories. We love to show you what it is to rest. Thanks for listening.